explain the question and tell you what to do, I will also explain the concept behind it. So that way we get to answer questions and we also get to know the concept behind it. We've chosen the most frequently used passages. All right. Okay. Most frequently used questions in terms of grammar. We will also have sessions later on verbal logic, critical reasoning, and RC. Now, can you see me and hear me? I look like a status with a phone. Now, can you see me and hear me? All right, great. Now, let's start without much ado. Let's not waste a lot of time. So, these are the kind of questions. So, if you see, there's a very nice blend of questions that is asked in NMAT. So when you look at the language skills section, you can see that there is a very nice distribution between grammar and vocabulary, 14 questions each. All right. So, all right. So now let's move on to the first question. Can you see the screen? I have to keep asking. Oh, okay. There is something. Again, they are having a problem with the slide. So let's just look at it. I will ask you about the slide. Now, when you're talking about grammar, remember, fill in the blanks and preposition based fill in the blanks are the most important. So when I say preposition based fill in the blanks, I mean in, on, at, with, to, all these are very important. All right. So when I'll just show you the PPT. I'll go full screen. No, I think he's still setting it up. He's still setting it up, which is why just wait. Just wait for a second. I don't know why that's why I prefer to take classes in the studio today. This was not my class. Vikrant had some last minute emergency. So that's why I'm taking it from home. Let me just see if I can do this. Okay, can you see my screen now? All fine? All of you? All right. Little bit of patience and we'll go in. All right, let's start. Let's start with the first question. We realize the advantages dash owning a house in the city. What do you think the answer is? To, with, of, for, or with regard to. Let me see your answers. Quickly answer the question A, B, C, D, or E for question 1. Please mark the question number also. All right, we realize the advantages dash owning a house in the city. Give me that means you're saying it's C. All right. So your names are not very clear. The font is very small. Or my specs. I need to get my specs changed. All right. Many people have given the right answer. We realize the advantages of owning a house in the city. Excellent. Let's move on to the next question. The cake is, this may not be that easy. The cake is made dash purely vegan items and tastes, no, this cake made dash purely vegan items tastes delicious. Made of, made from, made with, made up of, or no prepositions required. What is the answer? Please write the question number so it's easier for me to relate to your answers. All right. I'm squinting and looking at your name. The computer is so far away. And all right. Sushri thinks it's D. Here, a lot of you think it's D. B. Jack says it's B. All right. Let's look quickly. Give me the answer, everyone. Now we look at the difference between made of Made from and made up of. Made of and made, all three are used. Okay. Made of is used when the substance remains the same. It There is not much of a change. So this is made of whatever it's made of. Aluminium. This is made of gold, unless the jeweler cheated me. This table is made of wood. Wood remains wood, only the shape changes into a table or a chair. Then we say made of. If that is one of the ingredients or the original source, and there is a change in the composition, the substance changes. So cake is made from flour, butter, sugar, whatever, but the end product is totally different. It goes through a product, it goes through a process. So we say cakes are made from something, wine is made from grapes. All right. Made up of is when there are different constituents. So let's say you say a watch is made up of 100 different parts. Then you say made up of. Okay. So the correct answer here is from. Did you understand it? The reason now this made question, made of, made from, is asked in every second year in some exam or the other. And once you know the answer, you'll say it's so easy. Why was I making this mistake? So just remember this: made of, tables are made of wood or plastic or whatever. Made from, when that's the original source and it goes through a process, it changes form. And made up of is when many constituents are put together to make something. All right? Okay, good. Next one. I'm looking forward to meet my family during the vacations. For meet, to meeting, or for meeting, or no preposition required. I'm looking forward. What will I say? To meet, for meet, to meeting, for meeting, or nothing. Good evening. All right, question 3 now. All right, I got one answer A. Question 3, Sushmita. Oh, a lot of you. Jack, Pragya, Sushmita, Siddharth, Nandita all say it's A. Here also I see lots of A's. That's the most common wrong answer. Alright, you should not say I'm looking forward to meet somebody. I'm looking forward to meeting you. I know, all of you will say no, but this is what we say. Please look up the dictionary. Alright, looking forward to meeting you also. That is the correct one. Alright, why don't ask me? That's the form. That's the way we use it. I want to meet him, but I'm looking forward to meeting you. Okay, another very common mistake we make here. You think it's an easy thing, but minus marker. NMAT may no minus marking, but still. Alright, next one. The class usually starts dash time, but today it started late because of the glitches. Right? So what would you say? It sounds so weird, not look, Sushri. It sounds weird, but that's the correct one. Please don't trust me. Look up the dictionary, then you will know. You know that we all were using it wrong. If you were saying that, just like there are a lot of things that we do without knowing they are wrong. Once you know it's incorrect, you shouldn't use it. A lot of you introduce yourselves as myself so and so. That's wrong English. And when I try to tell people that's not the right way, it takes some time for them. But I've always done it. That means you've always done it the wrong way. Right? All right. Let's see question 4. What's the answer? B, D. I've got two. No, B only. All right. Let me see. Okay. Excellent. Okay, what is the difference between in time and on time? Somebody give me a you reach the station or the airport half an hour, 40 minutes, or an hour before, or just 5 minutes before. I reached the gate just in time. I reached the airport just in time. In time means before the deadline. On time means when you're very punctual. All right, exactly when you're supposed to start, that is on time. Okay, I'm glad you got that right. Next one. So one of the ways is fill in the blanks with prepositions. All of you got that right. Most of the questions right. Let's look at the next one. Next one is when a sentence is divided into four parts: A, B, C, and D, and E, if you mark, it means no error. The error can be anything. Any concept of grammar can be tested. So you just look at that part of the sentence and see if there is any mistake in it. Representing a microcosm of the universe and totality of existence, the mandala serves as a collection point for gods and universal powers. Okay? Yes, within time, Somya, that's correct. So, what's the answer for question 5? Please mark the question number so it's easier for me to keep track. Question 5. D for gods and universal powers. Why would it be D? What would you write? How would you correct it? 5, last option not visible. Last option is no error. Last option mercifully is no error. Collection point. This is a place of meeting for people. Place for people to meet. So there's nothing wrong with that. All right. All right. Read each one. Representing. This is a test of articles. A microcosm of the universe, correct. Do we say totality of existence? Isn't something missing here? The mandala or a mandala? No, the mandala, standing for all mandalas, acts as a collection point for gods and universal powers. This is wrong because it is missing a the, representing a microcosm of the universe and the complete existence, the completeness or the totality of existence. Got it? B. This is similar to a question asked in NMAT. See, none of us really remember. Most of the questions that we put together are what we remember. I remember there was a question on a sentence which asked something to do with articles missing. That's how I remembered, and I said, okay, let me give this sentence. It'll work well. All right. Okay. Clear now? Next one. Question 6. I'm sorry. Question 6. Last option, if you can't see, at least for these questions, it's okay because the last option is no error. Okay. This group of chemicals are known to be harmful to people with asthma. This group of chemicals is option A. I'm reading it out because I know my head is coming in front of one of the options. Are known to be harmful to people with asthma. No error. A is this group of chemicals. B is are known to be. C is harmful to. D is people with asthma. What do you think is the error? Anurag, what should the answer be? For 6, D, people with asthma. What is wrong, Sonali? Pragya said B. Sushmita said B. Pragya said D. What is wrong with D? And what is wrong with A? Here, let me see. A and C. Okay, what is wrong with harmful to? You think it's harmful for? Harmful for is wrong. All right, people with asthma is suffering from asthma is people with asthma. That's wrong. That's correct. Okay, what kind of noun is group? What kind of noun is group? Class of students, group of chemicals, team of players. What kind of noun is that? Generally, what do you think? Do you think of group as one single unit, or do you think of it as different parts? So when you're talking of group of chemicals, you're talking of one thing. Therefore, it should be is known to. There are exceptions, majority, number and all, but group are. You should say is, not are. Is known to be. Now, C is the most common answer because most people say harmful to something. Okay? All right. Now, did I give that as a question? What happened? Okay. Okay, let me just give you the answer. The next question I had actually edited my version, but that didn't come. I'm pleased with. Let's say Rohit Sharma said this. Should he say is or are? Is A and are is B, or you can just write is or are, whatever you think is the answer. What do you think it is or are? Dipanshu, Parimala, all of you, what do you think is the answer? And this side, Rajvi, Anurag, Siddharth, what do you think it is? I'm pleased with the way the team is playing or are playing. Is most common answer. Okay, so we will stick to that. All right. This was the instruction to the teacher that came. Okay, doesn't matter. US uses team as singular, but remember British English uses a plural. When you read, sometimes you read some sentences, the team are doing well. But generally remember in aptitude test, they use American grammar rules, so use is when in doubt. All right? Okay. Okay. Question 7. I've just given 2 instead of 5 options, but the options are 5. You have to choose 2. He's such a bored person or boring person. And why are you calling him bored or boring? The next part is there. He has nothing interested or interesting to offer. Read the complete sentence. Think of what makes sense and choose the correct words. Bored and boring, interested and interesting are often, you get confused and you use the wrong words. So here let's see how you use them. He is such a bored or boring person. Why? He has nothing interested or interesting to offer. Which of the options will you mark? Okay. In the class now, okay, I hope none of you are bored. If my class is boring, then you all will be bored. But if my class is interesting, then you will be interested in taking my class, in attending my class. So what's the right answer? Some of you have got it right. All right. He is such a boring person that he has nothing interesting to offer. He is boring. He doesn't have anything interesting to tell me. If you are sitting with such a with a boring person, what would your mindset be? You'll be bored. I have nothing to do. I am bored. Okay, कुछ करने का काम कुछ नहीं है. Then you should not say I am boring. That means you are saying that I have nothing interesting to offer other people. But if you don't feel upset, you're not okay, you just not interested in anything, then you're bored. Okay, a boring person can make you feel bored. Because he is boring, he makes you get bored. Why? Because he has nothing interesting to talk about. Alright, so please don't call my class boring. Alright, I hope you will find my class interesting. On the other hand, if you find my class boring, then you end up being bored in class and then you end up not attending class. Got it? Okay. This a combination. This should be I, by the way, if not of. Let me know if you hear. Okay, that's the question. Let me know if you hear any further news, any further news. If you are in the know, let me be in the know. What is the correct example? Thank you, Parimala. Parimala says this class is the most interesting ever. Now I'll sit straight and start teaching with more energy. All right, let's see. Which sentence is grammatically correct, or you think all of them are wrong? I'll read. The last option is none of the above. All right, let me move away. No, I can't move away. Let me know if you hear any further news of the meeting. Let me know if you have any further news of the meeting. Let me be in the know if you have any further news on the meeting. Let me be knowing if you have any further news of the meeting. Ask yourself which one is correct. Let me know if you hear. Let me know, okay? Or if you have. Next, farther and further. Those are the only two areas where there is a variation in the sentence. What are the answers? Please give me the question number. B. All right, let me see answers here. Well, all of them seem to be saying B. Chavi, why do you think none of the above are correct? What is wrong with this sentence? The use of farther, right? We don't say far. What's the difference between further and farther? In the grammar book I studied, which was before you were born, they said that far is the adjective, the comparative is farther or further, and the superlative is farthest or furthest. After that, rules and English usage has changed. Now we use farther for physical distances. So let's say this is point A, this is your home, this is your dad's office or your friend's office or your friend's college, and this is your college or office. Then you'll say my office is further than my friend's office or farther than my friend's office. Both are correct. But you use further. Suppose I tell you, you have to work harder. You have to solve 4 passages a day, read 1 novel a week, and do something, something, something. You say, ma'am, I'm already working very hard. I can't do more than this. I can't go any further. Do you have any additional news? If you say, then you use the word further, not farther. So the use of father and father are wrong. Okay. Let me know if you have any further news of the meeting seems correct. Let me be knowing, be in the, ये तो गलत है. Be knowing is wrong English. Therefore, answer is B. All of you got that right. All right. Father is now used for only physical distances, but it's not wrong to use further. Just not to get confused, we use further figuratively and father for physical distance. All right. Okay. Another area of confusion, and NMAT loves to talk about things which are elder, older, brothers, sisters, uncles, cities, buildings. Again, every few slots you get to hear from some student that we got this question. So therefore, it should be part of every crash course. My brother is elder than me, my brother is more elder than me, my brother is older to me, or my brother is older than me, or none of the above. I use this class. Right. I use this example in some other session, and one student said all of the above are correct. A, okay, A, some people said elder for family, okay. C, 9A, many people. Okay. The difference between elder and older, somebody said elder is used for family, older is used for other things. But I have an elder brother. He is older than me. He's elder to me, full stop. Older than me. This elder than me is not elder to me. Okay. In that also, older than me is preferred. Elder to me, not elder than me. More elder is called double comparative. Don't use a double comparative. I find English more easier than maths. Wrong. Just easier than maths. So your brother is elder to you. You have an elder brother. He is elder to you. Don't say elder than me. That is wrong. He is older than you. Alright. Elder to you, but older than you. Alright. So why did that come? Understood? Okay, next one. Which is the correct way of saying it? I am promising I will not be late. I am promising that I will not be late. I am promising that I promise that I will not be late. I am promised that I will not be late. Question 10. Okay. Dipanshu, Chavi, all think it's C. Here, let me see. Lots of answers for C. I've kept two systems. Easy for me. Peer there and peer here and see. Alright, C is the answer. It is indeed C. I am promising you don't say. Doubt, promise. Alright. Do you think it will rain tomorrow? I doubt it is correct. Not I am doubting it. Okay. Promise similarly. I promise you is the best usage. Okay. Alright. Good. Excellent. Okay. Another very common question, another common area of error. Which one do you think is grammatically correct? Many a time I have seen him studying in the library. Many a times I have seen him studying in the library. Many times I saw him studying in the library, or many times I have saw him studying in the library. Normally you don't use, when you use verbs of perception which involve your brain, your thinking power, you don't use verbs in ing form. Alright. So your opinion of something, you'll say, I think this is correct. But if you're planning and you use think in the sense of planning, that is correct. I'm thinking of changing my house. That is correct. Towards the bottom right of the screen. Uh, if I shift, something else will happen. Okay, I will read the question to you. Tomorrow you will not have this problem. Okay, uh, I'll take it from the studio. Only the fifth one. No, fifth one is none of the above. Otherwise, I'll ask Anuj to cut me slightly, cut my face slightly. Okay. They're not able to see all options. Okay. But that means again there'll be an interruption, small interruption. Okay, what's the answer? Question 11. A. Okay, what do you all say it is? I'm seeing 11, B and A. Is it many a time or many a times or many times? Many times is correct, but I have saw is wrong because when you use the participle form, it is have seen. You never say have saw. Just saw or have seen, correct? So this is wrong. Had seen is correct. Okay, many time is wrong. So is it many a time or many a time? The moment you are using a, you have to use a singular, right? So the correct answer, it means many times, but the moment you say many, whatever you say, if you say, you see, proper modern English is many students have studied in this institution. Otherwise, you will say many a student. This will be singular. Therefore, the verb also has to be singular. Many a student has done this, not have. All right, clear? All of you? All right. Next question. We're now coming to we started with prepositions. We've done a couple of questions on articles. We've done a couple of rules on subject-verb agreement. This is another word, another rule of subject-verb agreement. Which do you think is grammatically correct? Either of the options you suggest sound good. I'm fine with both. Or either of the option you suggest sounds good. I'm fine with both. Either of the options you suggest sounds good, or both the option you suggest sounds good. Basically, you're saying I'm fine with both options. All right. So, what do you think is the answer? Question 12. Okay. Soumya, Ojaswal, Pragya, Sonali, Nidhi all think it's C. Here, let's see. Here also I'm seeing C. I'm seeing a couple of A's and couple of C's. Either is used in two ways. Either is as a subject, either of the whatever noun. Okay, either of the books, either of the movies, either of the students, or either of the options. This one should be in plural, but either by itself is singular, so you have to use a either of the option nahi hoga, either of the options sounds. Sometimes you say either what movie should I watch? Watch either Jawan or Jailer. Okay, when you're using X or Y, this is the main one. Here both are singular. Let's say I'll put it either Rahul or his friends. Okay, has taken or have taken. in in the case when the sentence is in the form of either X or Y, remember, here either is the subject, here Y becomes the subject. So the verb has to agree with the second mentioned subject. If it is singular, the verb will be singular. If it is plural, the verb has to be plural. Got it? Okay. So either of the options you suggest sounds good. I'm fine with. All right. Next one. So you know the rule of singular subjects, plural subjects, joint subjects, which are called compound subjects, boy and girl. What about subjects which are followed by prepositional phrases such as well as, along with, accompanied by? Is there any change? Let's see. Question 13. The teacher as well as the students wants to extend the class, or should I say this teacher along with the students wants to extend the class, the teacher and the student wants to extend the class, or the teacher accompanied by the students want to extend the class. All kinds of things. Nidhi says it's A. I haven't yet got any answers on that side. What is the subject here? Sanjay and Parimala think it is C. What is the subject here? Abhishek thinks it's A. Pragya says it's C. So when these expressions as well as the students, along with the students, accompanied by the students, these are parenthetical. If you see, they are used with commas. So they are modifiers. They do not affect the subject-verb agreement. What is the subject? The subject is the teacher. And is the teacher singular or plural? Teacher is singular, so you can't use want. So you say teacher wants to extend the class. Oh, both are correct. Teacher as well as the students wants to extend the class. The teacher along with the students. B and C both are correct. No, this is wrong. This is wrong. B and C both are correct. Somewhere I made a mistake there. Okay. Here teacher along with the students wants is correct. Both B and C. So those of you who answered B and C both are correct. The students is not the subject, Abhishek. If I say then the students is whatever is part of as well as and along with is not the subject. Got it? So the answer is, well, I didn't notice C also is actually correct. All right. Okay. Next one. Slightly more difficult, longer sentence, but you can do it. No sooner they had arrived at the location than the native population became extinct. No sooner had they arrived at the location when the native population became extinct. No sooner they had arrived at the location, then here it is than they had, here it is had they, when, here it is they had, then, here they arrived, when, here it is had they, then. All kinds of combination. Which one do you think is right? For this, I have to actually get up. You can see the last sentence properly and then tell me. Okay. Moving out, see the last option properly, all the options, and then tell me which is correct. All right. Somebody said, ma'am, shift to the other side of the screen. Not possible. I'm technically challenged. All right. Okay. What is the answer? I'm getting lots. A or E. All right. Soumya says A or E. Good, fair enough. But I'll tell you which one is correct. No sooner you don't say they had. Okay. You should say had they done something. All right. And no sooner has to be followed by than. All right. So the correct answer is for a change E. The reason I don't put E as the option is this. Fifth option, generally my head covers it. Okay. I know, Soumya. That's why I moved away. All right. Now you won't have a problem with this. Let's now look at your vocabulary. So we actually learned about 14 rules in grammar, or maybe a little more than that today without you realizing. That's the way grammar has to be learned, through question and answers. Otherwise, it becomes very boring. What is the meaning of altercation? Change, permanence, temporary, dispute, or charm. A, B, C, D. What is the meaning of altercation? Quickly. Okay. I'm getting lots of answers for D. Yes, it is. Altercation means. So I was hoping somebody might get confused with alteration. Thankfully, you didn't. What is the synonym of, I'm sorry if I keep coughing, huh? What is the synonym of Baroque? Baroque. Baroque. Ornamental, ancient, evil, bizarre, or ordinary. Sixteen. Nidhi says it's A. Ravi thinks it's A. All right. Sanjana, C. Any other answer? No idea. Okay, let me give you an idea, Soumya. It is a word used to describe architecture. I actually used it for the paid class when I was telling them terms which are used in art, architecture, literary terms, because then it will help you read. So it's used for architecture in the 17th century, 18th century Europe. This architecture was very common, where the doorways were decorated with lot of carvings and friezes and all. So what happens is when I was a student, I don't know why this word always reminded me of this. So I always thought of it as ugly, horrible, evil. That's why I gave evil as one of the options. Therefore, it means ornamental, decorated, ornate. Okay? Name of an architecture, lot of carving, arches, and things like that. So you come across it in RC passages a lot of times. Okay, the synonym of catch: hide, treasure, beg, order, or proclaim. What is the synonym of catch? I have to peer to see the answers there, but I catch. Quickly, let me see the answers. From Chabi, Sushri, Parimala. What did I write previously? Means what you wrote. What does that mean? I didn't understand. Okay. Catch. Uh, T and C, I can see answers. Catch means to beg. Okay? To catch favors, to beg. Alright. What is the synonym of deleterious? My pronunciation is going with my voice. That's okay, you can always guess. There's nothing wrong in guessing, especially in class. When you don't know a word, I normally would associate it. See, I gave this example yesterday. You think I am getting old that I give the same examples. Upbraid. What do you think upbraid means? I would, I'll ask you this after iska when let this get over. So when I didn't know the meaning of this word, I chose a meaning that rhymed with it. When you don't know, you start guessing. It's not wrong. Okay, I'll tell you. Smoking is more acceptable than drinking. People drink unless they shouldn't drive when they drink. Otherwise, they only make a fool of themselves. They drink too much, they harm their liver. Smoking is way too dangerous for the person who does it and also the person who's it. But smoking's deleterious effects are not visible immediately. Deleterious means harmful. That's true. That's correct. All of you got that right. Excellent. Okay, next one. Okay, guys, this is a wrong word. This is the wrong PPT because the other one hung. Remember when I was teaching y'all, when I started, you said my camera was hung, my PPT was hung. So they put the camera, they said, put another PPT, something is wrong with this. So I gave the thing that came to me in the morning and I changed it. The changed version is not here. This is not dungeon. Dungeon is a word, but that's not the word I've given you. The word I want you to know is dudgeon. What do you think is the meaning of dudgeon? He left the room in high dudgeon. What does that mean? In a manner which shows anger, resentment, indifference, calmness, or bitterness. What do you think dudgeon means? High dudgeon, they say. Nidhi. Batsmen do that when they think they got out. No, Soumya, that does. No. What does Soumya say? I want to know, not what Rajvi says. Going it high dudgeon means going angrily. Okay, Soumya's logic is very nice. What is the answer? Oh my god, antonym. That I am so sorry. I am so sorry. See, this is the mistake I make. Dudgeon means angrily, so its opposite is calmly. D is the correct answer. I am sorry. I am so sorry. All right, let's look at high dudgeon means angrily, so the opposite of that is calmly. Antonym. I want the opposite, not the meaning. Let me remember. What is the antonym of effulgent? Let me see. Question 20. We are looking at opposites. Why didn't any of you remind me that we are looking at opposites? What is the opposite of effulgent? Soumya, a few more classes and then you won't depend on anybody. All right, effulgent. But I like the attitude. Okay, you effulgent. Won't help us in the exams though. Effulgent, opposite. Radiant, scintillating, dull, sharp, or smooth. Please don't look at the dictionaries when you're answering the question, but after that you can look it up. Effulgent means radiating, radiant means shining, sparkling, so its opposite is dull. Okay, okay, I also want you all to use this in a sentence. Look at the word, use it in a sentence. Okay, find its meaning, find the connotations, and then make just like that. All right. Lot of words with E are very confusing. So let's look at what do you think is the meaning of expiate? Give me the question number. Okay, opposite. First think of the meaning and then give me the opposite. So what do you think is the meaning of expiate? And therefore, what is the opposite? I only want to know the opposite of question 21. Answers to 20 or 21, I don't know. I'm seeing C's and D's. Alright, this is a hard one. Expiate means to feel sorry and to repent for something. Do not confuse it with expatiate. Speak at length. Okay. Expatriate. Patriate. Send out of the country. Expropriate. All those are different. Expiate means to atone for, to feel sorry for something. So its opposite is to blame somebody. All right. Okay. Garrulity, trait that I have. What is the antonym of garrulity? Taciturnity, glibness, volubility, prolixity, or verbosity. Yes, expiate is to make amends, to feel sorry for something. So its opposite would be to blame. You never get the exact word for opposites. Okay? Alright, garrulity. Let me know the opposite. Question 22. Virendra, Sanjaya, let me quickly see the answers for 22. We've gone for an hour almost. Taciturnity, oh, by the way, all these words have been asked in some form or the other in non-CAT exams. Hint, I am, you will call me garrulous. A.R. Rahman is the opposite of garrulous. Aha, imagine I'm comparing myself with A.R. Rahman. Kajol is garrulous. Uh, maybe Ajay Devgan is opposite of garrulous. So what do you think is the opposite? I want the opposite. Garrulous means talkative. Okay. Now tell me the opposite of talkative here. No. Garrulous means talkative, Soumya. In an irritating manner, but now it has been accepted as a synonym of loquacious. So I am okay if you call me garrulous also. So opposite is someone who doesn't speak much. That is taciturnity. Tacit means unspoken. So if somebody is taciturn, it means he doesn't speak much. Even with this horrible hoarse voice, I keep talking. Okay. Volubility means talkativeness, glibness, talkative, verbosity, talking a lot, prolixity, writing at length, speaking at length. All of them are to do with talkative, and all are words which are asked very often. So know these words. All right, we're almost coming to the end. I don't know how many questions I give. What is the opposite of minion? Taciturnity means, yeah, quietness. Manmohan Singh, yes, very nice person. My favorite, one of my favorites. Okay, minion. Opposite of minion. Who is a minion? Think of that, and what would you say is the opposite of minion? 23. Who or what is a minion? Think about it, and then tell me the opposite. Nidhi says it's C. Who else is saying it's C? 23. Dipanshu, give me the number, man. This is for 23, right? Okay. Nidhi and Dipanshu both say C. Do you think they're right? Minion is basically a chamcha, fawner, a hanger on. Okay, so the opposite would be a dominating person or a leader. Okay. All right, quickly. Palpable is to obvious. Whenever you are given analogies, look at the relationship of this pair. What is the relationship of palpable to obvious? Palpable is something that can be seen, perceived. It's very obvious. So the relationship is synonymous. So look for options. Look for a pair in the options. Yes, Rajvi, correct. All right. So tell me the meaning of tell me a pair which is that of synonyms. Quick, it's easy. 24. Immiscible. Miscible means something that can be easily mixed. Immiscible cannot be mixed, so there is no relationship with scattered. Nahi hoga. Dispersible. Dispersible tablet, something that mixes up easily, not necessarily meanings. Culpable means blameworthy, can be blamed. Innocent is the opposite. We want meanings. Risible means funny. Grave is the opposite. Intangible, cannot be touched, doesn't have a physical presence. Abstract is its opposite. Got it? Okay. Quotidian is to diurnal. What is the meaning? Reading newspapers is a quotidian task. Sunrise is a diurnal activity. So what is the relationship? Diurnal activity, quotidian habit. What is the relationship? Again, tell me. The quotidian means diurnal means something that happens on a daily basis or something which is regular. Quotidian means regular, diurnal means daily. Therefore, again we are looking at synonyms. 25. Valiant means what? Valiant is brave. Craven means cowardly. Is it same? No. Minatory, minar will be the sounds like a minar. No, minatory means threatening. Remember the picture of anybody who's like this, Osama bin Laden like this. That's a minatory gesture. Stygian, there's a river, Greek mythology. There's a river which is supposed to be dark. So anything with Styx, that is the river's name. I can't pronounce it. So Stygian means gloomy, dark. Its opposite is cheerful, but this is also opposite. Mawkish means sentimental, means like a Karan Johar movie. Therefore, they are synonymous. Right? Excuse me. Related to rivers. All right. So, what's the right answer? I tried to use all the words that people remembered in analogies last year and put it into one. All right, two more. That's it. We are done. If somebody takes the winds out of somebody else's sails, your sails, what does it mean? Or anyone's sails? To sabotage an event, to cause great physical harm, to cause an accident, or to cause someone to lose confidence or steal from someone. Let's say you are relying on who's that? Shubman Gill, World Cup. You're relying, not World Cup, Australia India series. Shub Bolo on him. And suddenly they'll say he cannot play because of fever or something. So that takes the wind out of the sails of the Indian team or the Indian captain or the Indian management. So matlab kya hua? Quickly. Good. Answer is D. To take the wind out of someone's sails means to cause someone to lose confidence. Okay. What does a month of Sundays mean? An idyllic holiday, a wonderful holiday, a very long time, a short vacation, a temporary advantage or a trick up one's sleeve? Question 27. A month of holidays. What's the answer? 27. What does a month of Sundays mean? Sorry. A, B, C, or D? Give me the question number 27 quickly. I'm seeing a lot of A's. A month of Sundays means like now. Uh, on Tuesday, Tuesday they said there was some band here in Bangalore. Again, Friday there's another band. So this seems like you want to you have some urgent office work, nothing happens. It's a month of Sundays. A month of Sundays is a very long time. All right. If you ride, last question of the set. If you ride roughshod over somebody, what does that mean? Ride roughshod over somebody. Okay, 27, I've got some very good correct answers. 28. If you ride roughshod over somebody, what are you doing? You're treating them with contempt. You're working very hard. You're having an uncomfortable journey. You're traveling in disguise or none of the above. Question 28. The moment I see the first answer for 28, Dipanshu says B. What about the others? 28. You can't ride roughshod over me just because you're from a big city. Your cousin comes from a village. He says you can't ride roughshod over me because you come from a big city. The big tussle between different cities. You have superiority complex because you belong to a particular school or college. You can't ride roughshod over me because of that. So to ride roughshod over somebody means to treat somebody with contempt. Niche dikhana. All right. So I hope you enjoyed the session. I hope you learned something from it. I think you did. Very happy with your answers, and more than that, very happy that you answered and you uh, patiently waited through the technical glitches. All right. Friday, logical reasoning part 1, Saral will take. On Saturday, reading comprehension made easy, Vikrant will take. Decoding verbal reasoning, Sunday also, either Vikrant or I will take, and then I will follow it up with um, critical reasoning. Okay, I prefer taking critical reasoning to verbal reasoning, but we will make sure that everything is covered. All right, OMET, other management exams, we are having online classes for them. If you're interested, that MHCET, TISNET, enroll now. All right, join us for the first impressions and detailed analysis. Gautam on 20th October, he'll be taking the test and immediately coming and taking the session. Make sure you join it. All right. All right. So take care. I know I've overshot the time limit. Please take care and join us for all the NMAT Crash Course sessions. You can score very high in language skills in NMAT. Make sure you do that. All right. See. Bye bye.